Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a fun get ready with me. I have hauled a bunch of new makeup lately, a little bit of PR in here as well, but I'm so excited because I have so many things to share with you. So today we are going to be playing with some Surratt Beauty. I did pick up the new Dewdrop Concealer. I can't wait to share my thoughts about this concealer with you. I also have the new launch from Merit. These are the Solo eyeshadows. These are a cream to powder formula, very unique, and I can't wait to show you those in action. I also have some U Beauty lip products. So we're going to do a few lip swatches here. And this is the Plasma Lip Compound. I'm a big fan of U Beauty skincare and body care products, so I was a little bit excited about this launch of the lip products, like the lip color. And then I did pick up the new Tom Ford. This is the new release of the Cafe Rose scent, and I want to give you my thoughts on that as well. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, playing with some new goodies as well as a few of my favorites, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we need to put some makeup on my face, and I have so many fun goodies that I have hauled lately and I cannot wait to play with them. I have the new Surratt Beauty Concealer, cannot wait to use this. I have new Merit Solo Shadows. I have some fun lippies from U Beauty. I even have a new perfume from Tom Ford. This is the new Cafe Rose. So I just thought we would have a little fun casual get ready with me using some of these goodies that I haven't had a chance to review yet. So we're going to start with foundation, and I'm definitely having a Surratt moment. So you'll see several of Surratt Beauty items in this video. And I pulled out my Surratt Beauty Dew Drops. I have this in shade number 3. This is a teeny bit light for me right now, but the beauty of this foundation is that it is so kind of sheer and a little bit magical on the skin that it doesn't need to be perfect. So I am just gonna kind of put these drops on, and I do like to use my fingertips first when I am applying the dewdrops. They just feel so fabulous on the skin, very serum-like. I'm just taking a little bit of this and I'm just kind of rubbing this into the skin. Okay, here is what the Surratt Beauty Dew Drops look like. It does give you a little bit of coverage. It's going to be lighter. It's going to be very natural and seamless on the skin, and it just always feels so moisturizing, and it is such a good foundation that I need to use more often. And since I'm a fan of this foundation, I was so excited to pick up the Dewdrop Concealer. This recently launched, and I went ahead and picked it up in the shade 3 as well. And as many of you know, I'm a little bit picky about concealer. Concealer is not one of my favorite beauty products to use. It's kind of a necessary product, but For myself, there's just certain concealers where I swear it just makes me look older, doesn't necessarily help me out. And I find that the concealers that are a little bit more thin and sheer and are not quite as full coverage seem to work a little bit better on my more mature skin. And I think this is what this Surratt Beauty Concealer is all about. I'm a little bit excited about it. So it comes with a little sponge applicator here, and then I'm just going to bring some of the product up, and let me give you a little swatch. This is shade number 3, and this is definitely going to be brightening for myself, and I'm just going to kind of do a few little drops here, some over here, and I do a little highlighting down my nose. I get really dark kind of right in the little hollows here, and I have been suffering from allergies, so my eyes have been so irritated, and I've needed to do sort of some like lid scrubs and such. So I'm going to go ahead and start and take my fingers, and we are going to pat this in. Ooh. It feels really fabulous, just like the Dewdrop formula here, and feels very moisturizing. I actually think this has more coverage than I was expecting, to be honest with you. And I'm saying that in a good way, not necessarily a bad way. I'm using whatever's left right here. We don't want to waste anything. And I'm just going to kind of use this on my face as well. And that's what I saw somebody do, is they actually just use the concealer on their face, just kind of like foundation. And it definitely has that kind of consistency that you totally can do that. So this is the concealer kind of blended out, and again, all I can tell you is it feels very hydrating, like almost like a treatment for the eyes, which I love. And this is what that concealer looks like, and I'm not sure if you can see this on camera, guys, but it's almost like it is just smoothing my under eyes out. It's not necessarily like going into the wrinkles. It's almost as if it is smoothing them. That's what I would say. Whatever this technology is, I kind of am loving it. So, okay. And shade number 3 is described as light peach with neutral undertones. Really liking the color and the shade. For myself, sometimes if it's too brightening, I actually feel like it emphasizes my wrinkles versus sort of concealing. But so far, I'm really liking the way that this is looking on my skin so far. Dewdrop Concealer was inspired by the best-selling Dewdrop Foundation. Its creamy, hydrating formula provides natural-looking, buildable coverage to reduce the appearance of darkness and puffiness. It is actually formulated with retinol to help soften fine lines. It has hyaluronic acid to add moisture to the delicate under eye area. Vitamin C helps improve skin's texture, and it has a combination of green tea extract and caffeine that's going to help reduce puffiness. It includes niacinamide, which is going to fight discoloration, and it is available in 10 versatile shades. And the cost of this is $48. Okay, another total winner from Surratt Beauty is this bronzer that they launched this summer, and I just completely love it. I have it in the shade Soleil d'Eau, and it is just gorgeous, and this one has a little bit more neutral undertone, and I just really think it is so natural. All of his powders are just, so finely milled, like everything is just so seamless on the skin. And of course that makes sense because he is a professional makeup artist, and I think that a lot of times they are using these kind of textures to build on, so thin textures that you can build up with your looks. And I just have fallen in love with this bronzer. I just think it is so pretty on the skin, and again it just meshes in. It is so seamless. So this is just gorgeous. And again, this is the shade that I have. I love wearing this on my eyes. This has been a go-to like since I purchased it on my face, but I use it on my eyes, like quick one and done in the crease, maybe add on a little sparkle, and I just love it so much. And while I was ordering the Surratt concealer, I ended up picking up another one of the blushes, the liquid blushes. These are so pretty. I already have one of these that I really love, but I wanted to pick up the Barbie pink color because I'm all about Barbie still, and kind of all about pink, as you know. And this shade is the Barbie Papa, and I have that shade in the powder formula, and I always call that sort of the marshmallow pink color. And so I went ahead and got the liquid version because these are so beautiful. They're a little bit dewy on the cheeks and they are just gorgeous. So let me give you a little swatch of this beautiful pink. Let me bring a little bit more of the product out so you can see it here. And here it is. This is just so pretty. This is very similar to my Chantecaille, I believe it's Happy, that I love so much, pink marshmallow shades, and it's just so pretty. So I went ahead and picked this one up because I've just been really enjoying all this pink movement. And this is such a beautiful formula because it gives your skin just this really beautiful glow. Little flush on the cheeks here, but can you see it gives a nice natural glow? I am just in love with this blush. And this one's also kind of a great mixer one. Say you wanted something a little bit deeper, but then you wanted to kind of top off with a little bit of a marshmallow pink topper. This works great for that. So love the liquid blushes. And then Merit just launched their solo eyeshadow. So I'm so excited to give these a try. I have it in the color Social. Let's take a peek at that. These are getting rave reviews, and you guys know I love a one and done eyeshadow. And here is the color Social right here. Ooh, so pretty. The texture of these are super creamy. And here is the shade Social. And this is a soft mauve color, really pretty. This also looks like a really nice versatile neutral. And then I got the shade Studio, which is a cool taupe color. This kind of reminded me of MAC paint pots. I always loved groundwork, and I just, when I saw this color, I was like, ooh, that reminds me of my favorite color. That was just like the best, just neutral shade. So when I was in a hurry for an eye look, I would just put that on. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. So a cool taupe color. And each of the shadows is $24. This is a cream to powder formula. They are really creamy, you guys. They really are. Very long wearing. Of course, these are vegan and clean, just like Merit is, cruelty free. And it is going to provide you with a matte finish. So I feel like that's a kind of vibe going on for fall, the sort of a soft matte eye. So I'm so excited. These are also talc free, and they include chamomile and calendula extracts that are going to help soothe the eye area, magnolia, bark extract that's going to help smooth the appearance of skin, and peptides to help reduce the appearance of fine lines. So basically, skin care infused eyeshadows. I don't know about you, but these colors look so fantastic. And I also have the brush to show you. This is brush number 2, and this is designed to go with the cream to powder eyeshadows. So here's what it looks like. Dual-ended, and it has one side that's going to be kind of dome shaped. It's a little bit firmer, so you have some control. And then the other side, I love when brushes have this, is going to be great for eyeliner. So let's go ahead and play with these Merit shadows. I'm going to start with the Cool Taupe shade, and I'm going to place that on the lid. So I'm going to dip my brush in here and pick up some of the product just like that. And it would help if I have a mirror in front of me here. So I'm going to go ahead and brush this on. Ooh, these are pretty. Okay, so they're really easy to use. This brush is like perfect for picking these up. And I'm just gonna kind of, that's really pretty. So I don't know if you could tell when I was putting this on, but it's definitely kind of glides on like a cream, but I can already tell you it is drying down to a powder. And what I'm liking is that I have some control over this, and I like the size of this brush because whenever I try to do this with my fingers, I make a huge mess. And so I'm going to come over to the other side. Okay, that is the shade Studio, which is described as a cool taupe. And then I'm going to go ahead and put Social. I'm going to try to put a little bit of that in the outer corner and also use it as liner today. I'm going to use the same brush here. I really like this little brush for this cream shadow, but again, anytime I use my fingers, I guess I have fat fingers because I just make such a mess. But I suspect that you could use your fingers as well, or just a synthetic brush would probably be great. And I'm just basically intensifying the outer V. I'm taking a little bit of that mauve shade up into the crease. That's a pretty color as well. I'm actually going to use this as liner today. So I'm going to come in and start about 3/4 of the way here and line with that mauve. Okay, this is what I've created so far with those 2 shadows, and the formula really is fantastic with these. They are creamy when you put them on, so really easy to use, but then they are already dried down and I can tell like these are not going to move around. So if that makes sense, it's going to dry down as a powder, but I just can tell you like it was easy and blendable, but then once it dries down, it's going to stay because I was trying to kind of touch up and I was like, oh, it's already dried down here. So I am going to come in with just a little bit of my bronzer just to tie everything together, but I actually like those colors together as well. And just going to add a little bit of my bronzer into that crease area. This is more just to tie the entire face together. And let me go clean up my brows and put on mascara so you can kind of see the finished look with those Merit eyeshadows. Okay, we have eyeballs on, and next I'm so excited because I received these U Beauty. This is the Plasma Lip Compound, and I'm a huge fan of U Beauty. I love their skincare, their body care, so I was a little bit excited to receive these lip products. These are right up my alley because they are a glossy lip product, and I have 4 shades to share with you today. I have the Universal Clear, which is just going to be your lips but better. I have Rose, Fawn, and Cassis. And although this looks dark, kind of a swatched here, it is so pretty on the lips. Absolutely love it. So let me give you some lip swatches with this product. And we'll start with the Universal shade Your Lips But Better. Has a nice cool tip applicator here, and it feels like a treatment because that's what it is, a lip compound. It is going to fill in any of the little lines in your lips. It's very moisturizing. It is not too like gloppy or anything like that. And what I found is that this one, it does seem to help kind of plump up my lips up bit, but it also sort of grips the lips a little bit, meaning like it's not too slippery. So this is the Universal shade. Love it. And you could again use this as a treatment like before you go to bed, but I have just been using these as my lip products. Next we will swatch Rose. And this is the shade Rose. The next 2 shades I feel like are going to be perfect for fall, Fawn and Cassis. We'll start with Fawn. And this is the shade Fawn. And then we'll end with Cassis, a rich berry color. And this is the shade Cassis. Absolutely love Cassis. I know it looks dark when I was swatching it, but it is such a great color. I actually love Universal. I mean, honestly, all of these colors are fantastic. If you're like myself and you like a glossy, hydrating lip, these are definitely worth checking out. Really like this brand, like the product here. And another thing I want to tell you is that these do not slip around, okay? So they are glossy, but it almost feels like they sort of lock into the lips a little bit, give them a nice little stain, as well as just some pretty little gloss on the lips, which I personally find a little bit more youthful for my more mature lips. And then last but not least, we are going to finish with fragrance of the day. And when I was at Nordstrom the other day, they were selling the new version of the Tom Ford Cafe Rose. This is an eau de parfum. And I went ahead and picked up the smaller size. I did give it a try and thought that I would pick up the small one. I think the bottle is super beautiful, and this is basically a re-release. This is slightly different than the original. They had a Cafe Rose in the Privé line of Tom Ford, or the private collection, and then this has been sort of reformulated as an everyday scent. And it is definitely a little bit lighter. I find this to be sort of the original Cafe Rose light is what I would tell you. Very, very likable. This is a velvety rose coffee scent. Let me go ahead. I'm going to put a little bit of this on, and I think that they did a great job with the coloring of the bottle and such, because this sort of mirrors what I'm talking about. If you didn't have a chance to try the Tom Ford Cafe Rose before, that one was richer, denser, jammier, and this one is going to be a bit more of a velvety, softer, amber, floral fragrance. And what I will tell you is that this is a very pleasant, pretty scent. Definitely somebody who needs to like rose scents, because I definitely am getting that beautiful rose scent. And then this has a light dusting of coffee in it. I wouldn't say it is as rich or dense as the original. So that's what I'm saying. It's sort of like this is just a light, ethereal version of the original. And let me share the notes in here. So this has essences of Turkish rose, definitely smell rose, and a little bit of dark coffee. There's also Bulgarian rose and ylang ylang. So ylang ylang usually is a little bit more creamy. So there is a little bit of this like freshness with this one. Again, not quite as dense and jammy as the original. This one has a bit of a lift to it, is what I would say. Then it's got coriander, patchouli, spicy cardamom, which is going to kind of simmer on top of an incense resin, as well as creamy sandalwood accord. So all in all, this is a very pretty scent. I do think it's going to really shine when the weather turns a little bit cooler. You definitely need to like rose. This isn't going to be like a super dense coffee note, is what I would say. This is like a light version of the original, so it's not going to pack a punch. But I also feel like there's people that really don't like Tom Ford fragrances because they are sort of in your face. This is going to be like your more subtle, and I feel like a lot of people are going to enjoy this one, but if they are comparing it to the original one, I think they may be like a little disappointed. But I could see somebody who has the original one wanting to get this one as sort of like, here's the one that I wear during the day, and then at night I want to amp it up a bit, and they could layer on the original one. So that's just sort of my initial thoughts, but I definitely liked it enough to pick up a little baby bottle, not only for review purposes, but because I really enjoyed it, and it's a really pretty kind of slightly spicy rose scent that I just think is going to be so pretty, and especially it's going to be fantastic when it gets a little bit cooler. I can see myself really gravitating towards this as an everyday scent. Okay, so this is my final look, playing with some fun goodies here. Just kind of wanted to get together, put on some makeup. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I will be back with another video soon.